Wastewater characteristics. We need to understand the nature of wastewater as it is essential in the design and operations of collection methods, treatment and reuse facilities, and also in the engineering management of environmental quality. We need to classify the different constituents of wastewater. So, wastewater is basically divided into physical, chemical, and biological characteristics. To characterize wastewater, we need to sample the wastewater. So, to sample, when sampling is carried out, the objective of the sampling program must be very clear, and the data that is obtained from the sampling program must be one representative, that is the data obtained must represent the environment or the wastewater being sampled. Second, reproducible, that is data obtained should be reproduced by others when they follow the same procedure. Third, defensible, that is, documentation should be available to validate the sampling procedures. And fourth, usefulness, that is, the data can be used to meet the objective of the monitoring plan. We need to characterize wastewater into chemical, physical, and biological characteristics. So, chemical determination is mostly quantitative. Quantitative means it is you get basically numerical values in the form of numbers, while physical and biological characteristics are more qualitative. That is, they are more subjective in nature. Quantitative methods are basically gravimetric based on mass, volumetric based on volume, like titration method, or they may be physicochemical. Physicochemical is in a, you use some other methods like you turbidimetry where you measure turbidity, colorimetry you measure color, potentiometry you determine the potential, and so on, and adsorption spectrometry, spectroscopy, and nuclear radiation. Like in spectrometry you determine the you make the element of the sample to pass through electromagnetic radiation, and you determine, and each element has its own wavelength, so you can determine the concentration of different elements. Nuclear radiation is more for alpha and beta rays. Now let us look at the physical characteristics of wastewater. Basically, we determine solids. Solids are different types: total, dissolved, suspended. They may be also volatile, fixed, satiable. Then particle size distribution, that is to also assess the performance of treatment processes. Turbidity, it tells the quality of wastewater. Color gives the what is the condition of the wastewater, whether it is fresh or it is septic. Transmittance, whether it is suitable, I mean the treated wastewater is suitable for ultraviolet disinfection. Odor, I mean whether odor is really a problem. Temperature, this is important for biological processes. Conductivity, it is suitable whether the treated wastewater is suitable for reuse, like for agricultural applications. Now we'll look at the chemical characteristics of wastewater. We look first at the inorganic chemical properties. These are like free ammonia, nitrogen, different types, nitrites, nitrates, total nitrogen, even phosphorus, inorganic, total, organic phosphorus. These are all, they give the measure of nutrients that are present in the wastewater, and it also gives the degree of decomposition or how much oxidation has taken place in the wastewater. Other characteristics also include pH. You get a measure of acidity or basicity of solution, alkalinity, chlorides. Chlorides tell whether amount of chloride determines whether the wastewater is suitable again for reuse. Sulfate, whether the wastewater has the potential of formation of odors. Metals, different types like cadmium, calcium, magnesium, nickel, zinc. This is all to assess suitability of wastewater for reuse and also for toxicity effects in the treatment process. Then gases present, whether they are present or absent, different types like carbon dioxide, ammonium, sulfate, methane. Then we look at the organic chemical characteristics. All these carbonaceous, all different oxygen demands, that is carbonaceous, ultimate, nitrogenous oxygen demand, chemical oxygen demand, or total organic demand. They all measure the amount of oxygen that is required to stabilize wastewater biologically. And any other specific organic compounds which may be of interest. And finally, the biological characteristics of wastewater. One is common coliform organism. Basically, you are determining the most probable number. It tells whether there is presence of pathogenic bacteria in the wastewater, and it also determines the effectiveness of the disinfection process. Then specific organisms, I mean specifically like whether they are bacteria, viruses, protozoa. And these are useful in connection with the operation of treatment process, and also whether the wastewater will be reusable. And the last is toxicity, whether there is acute, chronic. That will come discuss in details later. Why do we need to determine all these constituents? I mean, and what is their importance? One is, I mean, suspended solids. That is because we have to determine suspended solids, because it will tell us how much will be the sludge deposits, and also whether it will develop anaerobic conditions. So then you cannot allow the wastewater to be discharged directly into the environment. Second is biodegradable organics. They're basically like proteins, carbohydrates, and fats, and they are generally measured in terms of organic or biological oxygen demand or chemical oxygen demand. So when directly they are, if this wastewater is allowed to directly discharge into the environment, they can cause depletion of natural resources and cause septic conditions of water. Then pathogens, they can cause communicable diseases. Nutrients, like in excess of any nutrients like nitrates, phosphate, carbon, they cause undesirable growth of aquatic life, and they can also lead to the pollution of groundwater. Then refractory organics like surfactants, phenols, pesticides, and they generally resist the conventional methods of wastewater treatment. Then heavy metals, they come mostly from commercial and industrial waste, and it is important whether in their removal in the treatment process. Dissolved inorganics like calcium sulfate, sodium and sulfate, they are added to the original domestic water supply, and as a result of water use, and they may have to be removed if wastewater is being reused.